Okay, thanks. So talking about the which scholarship you can select for the UCAS and USTC application when you apply there. So for CAS-ANSO scholarship, you can select ANSO scholarship, which is listed over here. And in the subsection of this, you can see I agree to be considered a potential candidate for ANSO CAS-ANSO UNESCO PhD scholarship category as well. So after tick mark of ANSO scholarship, you can tick mark this as well, and you will apply for these two scholarship at the same time. After this, there is UCAS full scholarship for the international students. You should also tick mark this as well. And then after this, there is UCAS partial scholarship. You should also take this as well. There is like some less stipend and amount over here for UCAS full and partial scholarship, but you should consider it while applying for the UCAS and USTC application. The one thing I missed on the top is Chinese government scholarship. Here you can see I plan to apply for the following scholarship from UCAS, and the first one is Chinese government scholarship. And for the Chinese government scholarship, you have to submit another application form on their website separately. And when you finish and submit that application form, you get a reference number, and that you have to add over here in your UCAS or USDC application. And if you have your online CSC application form that you downloaded at the end of your application, you can upload your application form here as well. So these are all kind of scholarship you can apply other than ANSU and including ANSU scholarship as well. But for CSC application, I will not recommend to apply on CSC scholarship for master studies in UCAS or USDC. The reason for this is like there are limited CSC seats allocated to UCAS and USDC for master's students, because CSE seats are distributed all around 270 plus universities of China, and UCAS can get only a limited seats. So for master students, if you have acceptance from some other university on CSE scholarship, I would highly recommend that on UCAS or USDC you should only apply for these 3 to 4 scholarships except CSE, and you should use your CSE application for some other university. For PhD applicants, I would recommend if you have some acceptance form from other universities except UCAS, and that university offers CSC scholarship, then you should utilize your CSC application for that university. Because the reason for this is CSC allow only one application for type B. What is type B? I will explain in coming slides. So you have only one application allowed for CSE. So use it wisely and consult with your seniors before CSE submission. If you click CSE over here, ANSU and all other over here, and then you have another acceptance from some other university that offers CSE scholarship, then you cannot apply over there because you already utilize your CSE application in UCAS. So I would recommend if you have two acceptance letters, one is from ANSU awarding university and the other is from some other university like Tsinghua, Fudan, Chichang, or any other university that offers CSE, then you should utilize your CSE application for that university. I hope I'm clear what I'm saying. If you still have any question, we can discuss it at the end. Okay, once you have submitted your ANSU application, you will be invited for your interview after initial assessment. Up here, like different research institute that have their own policies for the interview. Like there are some institutes that finalize their student in initial evaluation, and they set basic merit criteria. And if 100 applicants applied for some program in one institution and they selected only 10 for the interview, the rest 90 will be excluded at the stage 1. But for the many institute and for USTC, they consider every applicant who is eligible and meet the basic eligibility requirements for the interview and the entrance examination as well. For the interview, I would say it's only 5 to 7 minutes and 10 minutes in maximum, which is conducted in the month of February or March. and once the application deadline has passed, and you have to present a PPT that must include your introduction, your academic background, research experience if you have any. For master applicants, if you don't have any research experience, you should focus on your research interest. And this research interest must match with your research proposal that you submitted during your application. Like there are some students who prepared a research plan on one topic and they are presenting some other topic in during the interview, because your application is with the panel and they know what you are doing, what you have described in your CV, in your application, and what you are presenting here now. So this topic should align with your application. Then at the end, why you choose this university and China, you should clearly mention in one or two slides. And the most important tip for the interview is that finish your PPT within the given time limit. If they said you have 6 minutes to present your PPT and that you will receive the interview instructions well before your interview in the form of email. So you have to finish within 6 minutes. It cannot be 6 minutes and 10 seconds. It will give you a kind of negative impression. So prepare your PPT well and practice it before your final interview so you don't exceed the time limit provided to you. Result announcement for ANSO basically started from the end of June, and here it's not like one day announcement that you will receive applications. As I mentioned, there are many research institutes and each institute handles its application according to his availability. International Student Office send emails one by one, and some send at the end of June, and some receive at the uh, first week of July or the mid of July. So from end of June to mid of July, even I would say third week of July, you can wait for your email patiently, or you can contact with your supervisor to ask about your outcome. And after the result, you should wait for the documents, and meanwhile, you can get your academic document attestation. For the metric and FSC degrees, you should test it from the board, your corresponding board like Rawalpindi or whatever board is yours, and then ICBC, and finally MUFA. For BSc, Masters, and MPhil, some universities required their verification, so you should verify it from your own university. And then HEC, you have to create an account and do all the process, and that takes some time. So do it well before your uh, documents for visa arrive. And finally MOFA, and you have to attach your non-criminal certificate, which is police clearance certificate from MOFA with a valid date. So as during June-July period, almost all the universities in China and other countries announced their results. So there are a lot of people doing these kind of stuff. So I would recommend, if you have time available, you could do it well before time, as you are not applying only for China, you are applying for other countries as well. So your document should be available with you in the attested form. At the end, I will specify the general scholarship, some other scholarships available in China, as today we were focusing on ANSO scholarship only. There is famous scholarship, Chinese government scholarship, CSE, which is offered by 274 universities of China every year for masters and PhD applicants. Another is Belt and Road application scholarship is offered by some universities. Then every university has its own fully funded scholarship. Then there is university partially funded scholarship, presidential and provisional government scholarships as well are available for some universities. For CSE application, there are basically two types of applications, type A and type B. If I talk about type A, it's usually you apply through HEC or Chinese Embassy in Pakistan, and the head test is required by HEC. They conduct maybe after 6 months or every month. I'm not sure what's their policy nowadays. So you have to meet the criteria of HEC and university in China, both. And you are allowed to submit two applications under this type A program. For type B, you directly approach Chinese universities and Chinese professors. You don't need to submit HAT or GRE for this purpose, and you just need to meet the criteria of university. And if you have acceptance from professor, you can submit application and you have high chances to secure your scholarship. Application time for these kind of scholarships starts from October to November, and the application deadline vary from January to April, which is different for different universities. For ANSO scholarship, the deadline for application this year 2026 intake is 31st January 2026. So you are left only with 3 to 4 weeks, or yeah, 3 weeks. So if you have acceptance, then prepare your documents and submit your application as soon as possible. If you don't have acceptance, you can still submit your application. I would say uh, after the mid of January. You can still search for acceptance if you can get. And this is possible that you can still get acceptance. I know one of my friend who got acceptance letter last week from supervisor, and he already has all the documents available, and by tomorrow he will submit his application as well. So still keep trying for the acceptance letter, because the time was limited, so I did not included how to send email and get acceptance letter this time. Another important thing is make sure to check the language of instruction for your desired program under CSE scholarship, especially or university fully funded scholarship. If your desired program is uh, available in English language or not, make sure to check this eligibility as well. Then otherwise there are requirement of IELTS as well for some universities on CSE. So make sure you check each and every step and each and every eligibility requirement carefully before submitting your application. So the general our view of applying for any kind of scholarship or ANSO scholarship in China, that you need your CV at the first stage, and you need to contact the supervisor, get acceptance from the supervisor by sending him email, and after that you can prepare a research proposal that could be either your own topic, or if you have acceptance then it should be recommended by your supervisor, and then prepare your documents and submit your application before your final interview and final selection. So that's the overall general layout for the scholarship application, and this whole process usually takes from 5 to 6 months. So patience is another thing that is required to apply for a scholarship. You have to be patient, you have to work hard, you have to be consistent with your application and all related things. At the end, I would like to specially thanks Collab and Rise platform providing this opportunity to connect with the graduate and fresh students from Pakistan. And also, I would like to highly appreciate the contribution and by my seniors and fellow colleagues from uh, different institutes of University of Chinese Academy of Sciences who helped me and assisted me to prepare this PPT. And at the end, I would like to thanks all of you for joining today's session. Uh, and if you have any serious questions about the scholarship, then you can contact me here on this email. But please, only for serious queries. You don't send emails for all the things that I mentioned here today. And with regard to today's session, if you have any question, we are open to questions now, and I will leave. I will check if Mr. Hunan is available here.
Yeah, I'm here,
Yeah.
Monique.
Okay. So if there are any questions in the comment section, we can handle those first, and after that we can have question answer from the audience. Abdul
Another
Wahid asked
senior,
about how many seats in Masters CSE in one university. It totally depends which university you are applying, and not any university in China officially announced that this year they have 20-30 seats available for CSE. For masters and PhD in UCAS and on scholarship, I already mentioned, like for masters 100 to 200 seats, and for PhD is 300. For the CSE universities, it's hard to say at this time. Javeria said, can you send the recording of this webinar? Yes, we have recording for the 2 sessions, and we will share it in group as well. If you are not in any group, then you can contact me on email as well to get the recording for this session. And there is chemist asking, if I don't have acceptance, on which topic should I submit the PhD research proposal for PhD program? Additionally, do referees upload letters by themselves? For the referees, I would say there are two options available from this year. Either you can upload reference directly by yourself, or there is an option that you put the information of your referees and the online application portal will send email directly to your referees and they can upload reference or on your behalf. And I would say recommend, if you have referees available with you, you have their WhatsApp contact or you are in contact with them, then put their information and ask them to upload reference for you. Even though you can upload it by yourself, but I will recommend that referees upload it for you. It's more better. About your other question, research proposal without acceptance, it totally depends on you which major you want to apply. Like if you are applying for a PhD in chemistry and the institute you selected is Institute of Organic Chemistry, then obviously your research proposal must be related to organic chemistry. So it totally depends which program and which major you are applying. So make your research proposal and research plan accordingly. Abdul Wahid asked, how much seats have one professor? Again, it's difficult to answer. Most probably, for like if I talk about my institute, this year they announced a policy that one professor can recommend maximum of two students. That is again can recommend, not get. So most probably there are some supervisors from last 2 years who are getting two or three students. Like I know one of supervisor from Fujian Institute of Physics and Chemistry. He got three students in 1 year, two PhD and one master. But nowadays the competition is very high, so I would say 70 to 80% chances that one professor can get one student at a time. But there are some exceptions, like professors profile is very good. They are like working in large groups, they have more facilities and more resources available in their groups. Like there are some group, there are kind of like 250 students and overall faculty member in a single group, so that kind of professor can get more than one student as well. Sir, I don't have acceptance letter since I'm applying. Zainab Nisar is asking, since September 2025, but I did not receive a good response. So is it okay now if I apply without acceptance letter in UCAS? Yes, I would say you can start your application in UCAS now because it's almost 10th of January and you have 20 days left. And I would say still keep trying, don't lose hope because the deadline is approaching, but you can still contact with the supervisors as well. And if you don't get any response, you should submit your application by 25th January. Kashyap is saying, unmute me. Please let me finish comments over here. And if you can add your question in chat box, that will be more easy for me to answer. How can we can change one university CSA application withdraw and change to the other university? I think if you have created a profile on CSC portal and submitted one application over there, then still you have option to withdraw your CSC application from that portal. Once you have withdrawn your application, then you can start a new application on CSC portal and then submit the application. When I try to open the professor profile at USDC, it shows you don't have access to this website. Could you please guide me about this? Okay, there are like some Chinese websites that are not easily open from your browser. So if you have the name of professor, you can search that professor in Google. And there are different platforms where you probably will find his profile. The number one is ResearchGate. You will get his updated publications list over there. Other one is Google Scholar, and other than this you can search his name on randomly on Google and you will probably get his profile either on university website or ResearchGate or Google Scholar. But if still you want to open it from the same website, then you have to try like different browser, or maybe you can use VPN to open that website as well. Sir, my question is about ANSO scholarship. Is IP UCAS offering this scholarship? Yes, and IP is offering ANSO scholarship as well. As this is not mentioned on their official page. No, I think it's clearly mentioned what kind of scholarship they are offering about IP, and yes, ANSO is included under the scholarships if you apply in IPE. IPE means Institute of Process Engineering. Only change agency number and study plan or submit another new application. I will suggest to withdraw your previous application and submit a new application under CSC. Okay, any other questions for Kashif? I already answered your question, and yes, ANSO CAS-ANSO and ANSO CAS-ANSO UNESCO scholarship already is like available in IP, so you don't have to worry about that. So if there is any other question available, and you can raise your hand and I will unmute you. Okay, Kashif is asking for the mic. Yeah, you can unmute yourself now.
Assalamualaikum.
Aslam.
Actually, last year I have applied in Shanghai University on CSE scholarship, but unluckily I could not get admission. Is it necessary to withdraw application from CSE portal to apply on CSE scholarship this year?
If you can withdraw it, then it's better you delete your previous application and create a
But
new application first.
but
But if there's no option to withdraw, then you can just simply maybe use another email to create your account
okay.
and submit a
As
new
a
application.
as I have made account and I have deleted that account. Now this year I have applying through a Neo account. It's okay.
Yeah, so it's all right. You can apply from a new account.
And there is no need to withdraw application from previous account
No,
as
it's
I have
not
no.
required. It's not compulsory.
But sir, my first question about CAST was it's not mentioned on the website of Institute of
I
Process
have
Engineering.
told
Actually,
you 2 to 3 times that
I
it
can
is
I can
included,
explain.
and it's
Um,
not someone else telling you. It's someone who is studying at Institute of Process Engineering and is on ANSO CAS-ANSO scholarship is telling you that ANSO CAS-ANSO is included in IP
Okay.
Institute of Process Engineering. You can apply. When you will submit your application, you will find all the available options on the portal as I showed before.
Okay,
Kashif,
thank you,
maybe
sir.
you can.
Okay,
Please.
Muhammad S. Engineer is asking for the mic. You can unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Actually, I'm Sabha Junaid, and I just want to know, can you please guide us about the do's and don'ts of how to access a professor or how to email him if you have time?
Yes, I can tell you about that. If you are interested, I have to stop this sharing and I have to open another PPT. I will quickly go through this. Let me find the PPT as well. Okay, let's have a question from Zanim Nisar first, and then I can start about the acceptance letter. Zainab Nisar, you can unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
वालेकुम सलाम।
सर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई वांट टू नो कि मैंने प्रोफेसर्स को ईमेल की हैं और यहाँ पे यूकैस में कुछ इंस्टीट्यूट्स में जो प्रोफेसर्स थे मैंने उनको ईमेल किया लेकिन उन्होंने मुझे कोई रिस्पांस ही नहीं दिया। आई मीन कि उन्होंने कुछ मुझे रिप्लाई भी नहीं किया, पॉजिटिव तो क्या नेगेटिव रिप्लाई भी नहीं दिया। तो
ठीक है
इज इट ओके अगर मैं उनको छोड़ के उसी लाइक इंस्टीट्यूट में दूसरे प्रोफेसर्स को जो मेरी फील्ड से रिलेट करते हैं उनको मैं ईमेल करूं? बिकॉज मैंने ये भी सुना है कि अगर हम सेम इंस्टीट्यूट में सेम डिपार्टमेंट के डिफरेंट प्रोफेसर्स को करते हैं ईमेल तो ये चीज़ भी नेगेटिव में काउंट होती है आपके लिए।
जी, ठीक हो गया। अच्छा, इसमें दो चीज़ें हैं। जो आपने बात एंड पे बात की ना कि अगर आप दो प्रोफेसर्स को अप्रोच करें तो वो भी नेगेटिव काउंट होता है। वो ऐसी सिचुएशन में नेगेटिव काउंट होता है कि अगर आप एक ही दिन में एक यूनिवर्सिटी या एक रिसर्च ग्रुप के 5 प्रोफेसर्स को ईमेल सेंड कर देते हैं और अगर उनकी आपस में कोऑर्डिनेशन होती है, प्रोफेसर्स की, वो डिस्कस करते हैं, देन इन दैट केस वो एक आपका नेगेटिव इंप्रेशन जाता है। लेकिन अगर आपने एक प्रोफेसर को ईमेल की, 2 दिन के तक आपको कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आया, उसके बाद आप एक रिमाइंडर ईमेल उसी प्रोफेसर को भेजते हैं, उसके बावजूद कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आया, देन यू आर ओपन टू सेंड ईमेल्स टू अदर प्रोफेसर इन द सेम इंस्टीट्यूट। अब वहाँ पे उन्हीं प्रोफेसर उन्हीं उसी रिलेटेड मेजर के बाकी प्रोफेसर्स को अप्रोच कर सकते हैं, इसमें कोई भी हर्ज नहीं है।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
ओके। Muhammad Ahmed is asking, when I apply for computer science program for master's study in USTC, there's not English dot program or course language selection. You talk about for master's program, yeah. In USTC, you will not find master's program in English language. All the courses offered by USTC in English language I have already shown in my slides, and that includes physics and geology related majors, and you can apply only those programs in English language. If you want to submit application for USDC in masters for computer major, then you have to submit your HSK score. So I will recommend you to apply in UCAS. Rehan Rashid, I'm undergraduate student. When I can start to apply for masters? You can apply when you are in your 7th or 8th semester, and like if you are going to graduate in July 2026, then from September you can apply. Even in your last year, you can try for acceptance and submit application. You have to present your degree certificate when you physically arrive in China or for your visa application process. Okay, we have left with 8 minutes for this meeting. Abdul Wahid, you can unmute yourself, please.
Thank you very much. I have a question regarding the acceptance letter that you have told us that we can apply without an acceptance letter. If we are applying without any acceptance letter, how can we ensure that our application is going to be successful? I mean, which steps we should be careful about applying, or how can we secure the application scholarship without having an acceptance letter?
Without acceptance letter, I already mentioned that you have less chances, but still you can submit application. You cannot secure, and it's not guaranteed that you will be getting scholarship without acceptance, or even if you have scholarship. I know many applicants from last 2 years, they have acceptance from their supervisors and they were in contact and already started working with them. But at the end, in month of June or July, when result was announced, they were not uh, able to secure the scholarship. So it's, if you are applying without acceptance, then make sure that your study plan, letter of motivation are up to date and they are very well written, and your recommendation letter is like well describe your qualities by your teachers. So these are things in your hands you can do. And if you are nominated or selected for the interview, try to do your best in your interview, and rest is up to your luck and prayers. So you can hope that you will get accepted, but again I will say chances are less. But there are some students, There are some cases those who applied without acceptance letter, and then their international student office recommended them a supervisor, and then supervisor contacted student that okay, if you are willing to join my group, I'm working on this direction and these topics, you can join it and we can have discussion and I will provide you with the acceptance letter. So there are such cases as well, but if you don't have acceptance, don't lose application and just submit it with your best available documents.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, we are left with only 5 minutes and I have more questions. I would like to apologize with the previous student who asked to get more details about acceptance letter. I will share these slides in the group or you can contact me via email. Let me share my email page so you can yeah, over here. I will not discuss about the acceptance letter, how to get acceptance letter from for today. You can contact me over here and maybe we can have discussion about that. Let me check who is asking for the mic. Mariam, you can unmute yourself.
Assalamualaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum salam, alhamdulillah, I'm fine.
Okay, sir, my question is about the research article. Research article is important for fully funded scholarship in any country, just not in China, but also throughout the Europe.
If I talk about China, then I would say it's not compulsory and it's not required. But to improve your profile and rank yourself among top candidates in the merit list, it's better if you have some publication in the form of research article or review article. But there are students who even secured PhD positions without a single publication. With regard to other countries in Europe or US, if I talk about Australia and Canada, it depends on university. But for Australia, either you are applying, especially if you are applying for PhD program, they require that you have at least one publication. This is the requirement of most of the universities in Australia. For the Europe, like in Italy, if you are applying for Italy, there are project-based funding available for that. There is no requirement for the publications as well over there, except a few universities, or even if some group or some supervisor is announcing a empty position in his group and he requires you that only students with a publication approach me, then that is a requirement. So it's totally flexible, but that doesn't mean if you don't have a research article published you cannot apply for scholarship. You can still submit your application. Meanwhile, you can try to write some review article with the guidance of your teachers or seniors in contact with you and to improve your profile.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Another question. Can I ask question another?
Yeah, we have
Okay, sir. The
2 minutes
question
and
is
40
about the.
seconds left. You can ask.
Oh, okay, sir. Sir, the question is about IELTS exam. What is the perfect or the exact time to take IELTS exam in your point of view?
It depends, like your IELTS examination is valid for 2 years, so at least you have 2 full-fledged years, like 4 sessions to apply with your IELTS exam. The majority of scholarships and positions in Europe and US are announced in this time period we are going through, and the like it's usually September intake, fall intake. The maximum scholarship positions are announced in that period, so you can do your IELTS in January, February, or March even. And with regard to the other applications for Europe, they have spring intake as well. So once you have IELTS examination, you can apply anywhere. Like there are some positions available and advertised on LinkedIn as well, other than fall or spring intake. It's like the joining date is flexible. So the exact and accurate time to do IELTS is when you are ready for the IELTS exam and you have fully prepared for your IELTS examination and you can appear for the IELTS. Last question for today's session, sir. Same question as
Okay,
undergraduate
sir. Thank
student.
you.
I have done 2 publications with the help of my teacher. Can I mention in my resume? Yes, of course you can mention if you have publications in your bachelor's degree, that is well and good. And when you apply for PhD, you can mention in your profile and resume and even upload during your application as well. So that's all for today's session. Thank you very much for your joining, and hope this session is useful for you guys, and the recording will be available to you via groups, or you can contact me on email as well. Thank you very much. Have a nice day and good night.
Thank you, sir. Sir, please share your LinkedIn ID.
LinkedIn IDs, you can reach out me in group or email, and then I can share you my LinkedIn.
Sir, thank you so much.
So email is the only option you have for now to contact me. Have a nice day, Allah Hafiz.